Moving on, I want to talk about Phoenix.
Okay.
Obviously they took DeAndre Ayton. They also picked up Mikal Bridges. They made the trade with Philly for Mikal. I like what they did. I like the draft that they had. I
actually really wanted the Bulls. I wouldn't have been angry if the Bulls would have took Bridges.
I wouldn't have been angry either.
Which is my point.
I think 7 is a little high for Bridges though. But
I'm fine with that. But the point is like they need wings. Like Denzel Valentine, I like him. I hated him for the past 3 years, but last year I finally came around him. He's not a starting wing in this league. He is a good 6th, 7th, 8th man off the bench. He's not a starting wing. They should have went out and got Mikal Bridges. Like seriously, I'm sorry, but you should have, or take a chance on MPG. Like I'm fine if you the Bulls and you swing and miss on MPG.
I'm not fine.
You want to know why? Because you swinging for the fences. All I want them to do is swing for the fences. So all I want them to do is swing for the fences. So I mean that is what it is. So I mean, look, it is what it is. But with Phoenix, I'm happy with what they did. They had a very, very strong draft. I feel like number one, just getting Ayton in the door, it immediately adds 5 wins to your franchise. Now you also have Mikal Bridges, which the tough part is they got a lot of wings. Now.
A lot of wings.
I don't know how they plan to work that out unless they plan on like running like a small ball type of like lineup, if that makes sense.
He's probably gonna be your 6th man, I would assume.
I mean, yeah, I don't think he's gonna start. Obviously,
he can't start.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, true. But even in looking at, I mean, it's
he can't start. Let me look at that.
No, he can't. Yeah, he can't. Yeah, he has to.
But I just really like the collection of young talent they have now. Like, for one, you have 3 7-footers because Tyson's still on the roster. Which I think Tyson
know if he'll be there though.
Nah, but I think Tyson is. I think if you're Phoenix, you keep Tyson around to mentor Ayton. Tyson's the guy who's been in the league 14, 15 years. He's seen everything. He came in very young. He lasted. He's been an all-star. He's won defensive player of the year.
Champion.
Embiid already said the champion. Embiid already said the man don't play defense. There you go. Learn from this man. Also,
but if I don't necessarily know if they might not try to buy out Tyson
though.
But they might try to buy out Tyson though. He's 35. He's 35, making $13.5 million next year against the cap.
I mean, yeah, but you paid that man that money to be a mentor for these young guys.
Yeah, but if he don't want to be there, they've been trying to trade him for the past
Does he not want to be there?
I mean, they've been trying to trade him for the past 3 seasons. They can't find nowhere for him to go. Last year we was talking about. I mean, this past season we was talking about him going to Boston. So like, if you can get rid of him, you just need to give the young guys as many minutes as possible. The place where they need more experience is more so in the guard and the wing space. So it is what it is on that front. Like that's just legit what that is. But in terms of like their overall art and where they can go, I think that they're gonna be fine. I think, but the funny part is like even just looking at like Tyson Chandler's like contract notes, right? It's like if he if he made another All NBA defense, like a $250K bonus, a defensive player of the year $500K bonus. Like they was throwing him all these bonuses, expecting for him. It's like no, it's not happening. Sit that man on the bench or trade that man away. Let them young dudes run. You should have been giving Alex Len more minutes anyways because he still to me is a solid backup guy. But now you got an Ayton type. Like you got to keep continuing to work to like really try to develop your talent. And I don't feel like you need to do that from that aspect when you looking at the Suns and you looking at their potential in terms of like long-term viability. Like you don't need to keep old guys on there. You need young. I mean, you need experienced guys, but more at the point guard, shooting guard, wing position than any of that other stuff.
So what pieces would you like to see? Like
I personally, I mentioned it. I mentioned it during like the last show that we did. I would love to see them just like go out there and try to take a chance on a couple, type of unrestricted free agency in terms of the wings. Okay. So I think
you don't need a wing. You need a guard.
Well, I mean, not. I mean, guard wing though, but they need experience though.
I would like them.
You need somebody to come in to be able to help teach Josh Jackson and Devin Booker and all those guys how to play wing basketball in the NBA, especially with all of the switches and stuff that's going on. They're gonna need more experience. Like you waiting on them to get experience on defense when the guy you just drafted ain't really a true like crazy shot blocker. It's gonna be tough, especially if you don't know if you can leave Ayton in the game when things start switching. You need those guys to get.
Nah, you can definitely leave Ayton in the game when things start switching.
I mean,
have you seen that man move around the court
in college? We talking about in college in 2, 3, 4 years. Yes, but you still need more experience. You still need experience.
He's 7 foot 250. I don't know if he's gonna have too many problems moving around out there, bro.
He'll be personally. I would like to see them throw some money at Patrick Beverly.
Okay.
I really wouldn't mind them throwing some money at
I think
Pat Bev.
that makes sense.
Because to me, I think they need a guard. They need preferably a defensive minded guard. Alfred Payton can't shoot. Patty Beverly can shoot better than Alfred Payton. He can also run the pick and roll, and he's just a veteran that can come in, hard nosed guy.
Yeah, he brings that toughness.
Yeah, toughness, intensity every single night, especially with the Clippers. They just picked up the point guard from Kentucky. I can't fully pronounce his name. Shy, whatever his name is. Yeah. They just picked him up, so I don't know how Patty Beverly's future is looking in LA. Plus, he was hurt all last year, so he's probably not going to command that much money. So I would like them to go out there and throw some money at him. I think that I also would have liked to see them pick up maybe Aaron Holiday in the draft. I thought that they really could have used a guard. I don't know why they didn't get a point guard. Well, what they did in the second round, they got the guy from France, but I would like for them to have used one in the first round.
I don't know. Maybe they.
I think a guy like Corey Joseph would be a good guy.
Him too.
If he opts out, he's got a player option. So if he opts out, he wants to come and he can be. He's a guy that I think could be a good starter. And then once the other guys get good, or you get a better point guard, you can just shift his role back to the bench.
Will Schroeder work for y'all?
You got to trade for Schroeder.
Yeah, but you got to trade for him. I don't know what I want to give up for him. Actually, you know what?
You can probably give up a few. I was looking at their roster. They got some pieces they probably move around. Obviously, they're not getting rid of Devin Booker.
You're not giving rid of Devin Booker, Josh Jackson, but exactly. I mean, let's just say they wanted in a straight up trade like T.J. Warren for Schroeder. You can have.
I'm not trading T.J. Warren for Schroeder.
I would.
Not right now.
I would. Why not?
You trade Brandon Knight though?
If anybody want to take Brandon, yes. If
they want to take Brandon Knight, be my guest. He hasn't always been consistent.
If they want to take Brandon Knight, be my guest. Take him.
He has potential.
Take him. If you can unload Brandon Wright.
I'm not straight up though. I think you would have to add a piece to that trade.
There's no reason for you to trade for him. They just drafted 2 point guards on the roster with Trae Young and the other guy that's like that defensive point guard that they got, the tough nose guy that they were like gushing over during the draft. So it's like, I mean, I don't know. I think this Phoenix team is where I think that where the Bulls team is, which is where we just gotta wait 3 to 4 years to see what happens.
I don't even think 3 to 4 years.
I think 3 to 4 years.
I think you'll see at least how many games did they win this year?
Devin Booker has to elevate himself to like
Phoenix?
Yeah.
Devin Booker has to elevate himself to a true all-star level in order for them to make.
I think that he was right there this year.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that. He's gonna be mad because
61.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that
they're not getting the 35 games next year.
I think that you can see
they're getting the 32 games. Max.
No. I think that realistically you can see a 15 to 20 game increase from the next year. Realistically, yeah. If Devin Booker can
So you really think Ayton gonna make that much of an impact? They gonna win 10 more games.
They don't have enough experience.
They don't need it, bro.
Even if you're looking at the Bulls still have guys that have years of experience. The most experience on this Phoenix team is Tyson Chandler and Devin Booker.
Jared Dudley too.
Jared Dudley.
Man, I don't hear about Jared Dudley.
Bro, Phoenix wasn't that bad last year. It's just Devin Booker was out for, I think he played like 65 games or something like that. If Devin Booker plays more, if Devin Booker plays more games, they win more games. There was a point in time in which they were like the 10th seed in the conference, and then Devin Booker went out, and then they just went to hell.
But that's also speaks to his point about needing some more help because without Devin Booker, they have no identity. Like
literally, well, you know what?
Because literally, he's the focal point of the offense. Like honestly, I didn't expect what I'm seeing from Devin Booker when he scored 70 in his his second year in the league. I was like, that's crazy, bro. So the ceiling with him is crazy. So when you have a person that can average 25 a game and everybody else is just regular, that's critical, bro.
I mean, but even Josh Jackson, like, he's still a guy who I think can get up to like 18, 19 points.
Can,
and also play good defense. He hasn't yet, but there was a point in time last year when Devin Booker was out. I think it was in April, in which he did average 20 for the month.
Okay.
He also averaged, like, I think 18 in like March. Okay. So yeah, I think Josh Jackson is a guy who can come in and score. And also, you have DeAndre Ayton now. You didn't have Ayton before. True. Ayton is a realistically 20 and 10 guy every year. I don't think there's a scenario in which Ayton doesn't average 20 and 10.
Not to start.
Even if he give you 16 and 10, beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah,
Did you have that last year?
That's not enough to make the playoffs in the West.
You're not going to make the playoffs regardless next year.
That's not enough for you to get to 35 games in the West, though.
With Phoenix, bro.
That's not enough to
get 35 games. With Phoenix, bro, you just want some excitement to come in and get people back to the arena. I think that you've done that in Phoenix. If you go down to Phoenix right now, people are excited about Suns basketball, I would think.
Okay.
They calling Ayton and Booker Kobe and Shaq 2.0. Now I don't know how true that may be. I think that's a little bit wild.
People said that drunk shit about T-Mac and Yao when they first got together.
I mean, if they would have stayed healthy, possibly.
No.
If they would have stayed healthy, possibly. But regardless, I really like what Phoenix did.